KBLA Talk 1580 is your partner in success. Every day, we celebrate and elevate Black-owned businesses across our community. Our KBLA SMB Marketplace currently features The Cookie Dip, Badass Bakes, Hair Concoction, Higher Education Accreditation Consulting, LACC Radiology Technology Department, and Malik Books. Your business deserves to be heard. Let KBLA Talk 1580 amplify your voice and connect you with our powerful community of listeners. Email smb@kbla1580.com today. That's smb@kbla1580.com. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black.
I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes. Financial infidelity. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this is gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff?
The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I just like to kiss it. Is there something wrong with that?
Damn.
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed.
Hit you with the bad pipes routine.
How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches my neck.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man rules on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you write women so well?
Zoe Williams,
Reason and accountability.
the voice of reason.
I think we a lot of times forget that our woman is a woman and they communicate differently. They receive information differently. So we got to tailor the message in order for it to be heard. But we don't focus on the fact that we need to tailor the message for it to be heard. We focus on the fact, hey, I'm right. This is what you need to be doing. You're not doing this.
Yeah.
But again, you can easily get the results you want from that woman if you just analyzed how she best receives information and then give it to her that way. Right, and that's what leadership is. It's not about, like, again, going back to the football analogy. I could be a coach with a hell of a game plan, right? Great plays. I'm calling great plays. This and the third. But if I don't get my players to buy into what it is that I'm doing, if I'm not able to relay it in a way that y'all gonna understand it and be just as invested into it as I am, it don't matter how great my play calling is. It don't matter how great the game plan is. So I think a lot of men get pressed on, man, I'm right. She should be able to just do it based on me being right.
Yeah.
And that's not how women communicate.
In my opinion, both thought processes are manipulative. Coaches are the best salesmen. They get you to buy into something. You shouldn't have to get your woman to buy into nothing. Be the truth, fam. The other piece that he gave his thought process as an alternative. Better, it is better than just because I'm a man, I'm right. But get her to buy in. It sounded like manipulation. The reality of it is, brother, when you start your healing process, you become attractive to a different ilk of women. How about that? When you start to overcome yourself, that is the key to attraction. But as you grow spiritually, you understand that one of those pitfalls is attachment. The Buddha said it. Attachment is the source of suffering. Dukkha. The opposite of suffering is sukha. It's freedom, peace, grace, ease, love, happiness, smoothness. You can't get there until you get right with self. Ain't no man gotta, here's the game plan, and you gotta understand, you guys mix spirituality with sociology. The game plan is how we move in society. But the game plan, the social game rule, should be secondary to spiritual dominion over self. And when you tap into your spirit, this is the difference between someone who is God-fearing and someone who is God-realized. Right? Your shadow keeps you in the dark, i.e. the unconscious, the subconscious. When the shadow is unreconciled, all you have is social game rules. I got the money, that means I'm right. We don't need a game plan when you start to elevate in consciousness. Now, and I'm talking about for the relationship, for spirituality. The game plan for social mobility is a job, is an education. Anybody can get that. And most people in America are educated. And guess what? Still don't know nothing about relationships. Do you understand? So I'm listening to the brother, no disrespect to what the brother is saying, but he's talking about she gonna follow you, once you learn how to say it. Listen, coaches are the greatest manipulators. I know I can't talk to this player the way I talk to that player. I know I might need to cuss this player out because that's how he's motivated. This other player is internally motivated, so all I gotta do is say something slick and slight. That's manipulation. That's influence. I gotta just say something. You know that other kid scored 4 more points than you, and he's considered the best guard in this league. Yeah, that's manipulation. If you still running a game plan, you still gaming. I've been there. I know what it is. And although what he said sound benign enough, most men are doing all of that, whether it's I'm the man and I'm right, or here's the game plan with the nice voice. Most men are doing that to get some type of validation from the woman they're with. Period. Let's get back to Washington, D.C. Jamila, get back in here.
Hello.
You remember what I asked you, right?
Yeah.
Anxious, how you show up anxiously. And you were saying, approval, validation, go ahead. I'm listening. Go ahead. I'm listening.
And the other thing that I thought of is like kind of a desire for closeness. Like I want that person to be kind of either in my sight or like I know where they are, what they're doing, because that helps to like calm my anxiety.
It helps to calm your anxiety from an external space. But how do you regulate internally without the closeness?
Ooh, how do I regulate internally? So that is, that is what I am learning how to do. What I do is, I've connected to the child within me that is a lot of the anxiety is coming from. And so I might just like talk to that child, acknowledge that I'm feeling anxious and ask myself, like, what do I need in that moment? So just trying to give myself what I need as opposed to looking for that external security.
So again, mental patterns and behavior patterns. Like if you set up a session with a therapist, right? They're going to figure out, okay, you were raised like this. This might be your attachment style. You can always go take a test and find that out, right? So, and what's so amazing about psychology and psychologists and clinicians, I'm so close to them. I watch them. I see what they do, and I'm actually studying it myself. What I see is that the good ones know how to change your perspective. They know how to get you to look at something differently. So instead of saying what I need, what does it feel like for your spirit to say what I've overlooked within myself?
Do you mean in the moment that I feel anxious?
Do you see? Like, no, see, because if I say I need something, and we've been conditioned to go outside of ourselves and go get it, what would it feel like to say to yourself, what have I overlooked within myself internally? What have I overlooked?
I guess I'm not really understanding the overlooked part. What does that mean? What have I overlooked?
You've heard.
What am I not seeing
You've heard.
about myself?
Watch this. You've heard relationship is a mirror, right?
Mhm.
You've heard you get what you are, right?
Yeah.
So, what if the search is in reverse?
Mm.
I'm going out to get approval. What would self-approval feel like?
Okay, yeah.
I'm going to get acknowledgement. What would self-acknowledgement feel like? See, it's easy to frame it when we talking about the law of attraction, and then they say, I am. And anything that comes after I am, because I am is such a powerful vibration. We get our Michael Beckwith on, right? I am happy. I am at peace with my wounds. Do you see? I am enough. See, from an anxious, preoccupied position, you've always had a worthiness wound. You've always wanted somebody to say, you're enough, you're okay. But what happens when you empower yourself to give yourself what you've been in search of externally?
Yeah, and that is the work that I'm currently in the midst of in terms of healing that attachment style. Like I was saying, just like, okay, what is it that I'm trying to get from someone else? And then how do I give that to myself?
Well, go deeper. Go deeper. We can all give it to ourselves in an incremental way. But which do we value the most? The source of the image or the mirror reflection that comes back to us? You see?
Yeah.
Do you see?
And I will say that historically it has been the mirror.
Exactly.
Because the love that I can give myself hasn't felt like enough. It's like, oh, okay, that's great, but I want it from somebody else.
You know why? Because you've had 35 years or 40 years or however old you are, I'm just guessing. You've had years of conditioning, of negative self-talk, and this reinforcement that you're not enough. So, of course, it's not going to feel as valuable as the reflection. But listen to the words that I am using and choosing right now. The source of your love, the love you can give to yourself, the love you can give to everybody else, that's the source. But you've given dominion to the reflection of the source. So, Ross Rosenberg's book, The Human Magnet Syndrome, right? Why We Hurt Each Other, right? You get that book. It's a very powerful book. He calls a codependent an SLDD, self-love deficient, somebody suffering from self-love deficiency disorder. It's not going to feel strong until you work that muscle. And not from a narcissistic space, but from a space that says, if I looked at everything I've done in my life to get to where I am to this moment, I know I can find a lot of things that I can be grateful for, appreciative of, proud of. Self-esteem, self-work, self-love, self-happiness, self-awareness, self-acknowledgement. Do you get what I'm saying? All of this comes from you, but you've outsourced it.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. And I think what I'm working through is like I have a deep fear of and resistance to the feeling of loneliness.
Self-love deficient. I'm asking you to get Ross Rosenberg's book, PhD. He's an amazing author, The Human Magnet Syndrome. One of the things that comes from self-love deficient, i.e. codependence, is what he calls pathological loneliness. A bone-aching form of loneliness. Do you see? So what I understand your walk. I'm walking with you. But the point is, you have the fortitude, the strength, the resolve, the power within you. It might be untapped. It might be unrealized, but you have the power to cultivate it step by step, moment by moment. You have the power to do that. And once you start like building it up and saying, I am enough, not by just word, but by thought, word, and deed, how I treat myself, the type of boundaries I create. These boundaries will not use any mortar from unhealed wounds that will build in a type of fragility in those boundaries. Because all somebody got to do is show up and give you what your wound has always demanded, and that boundary will fall down. You know you've had some boundaries crossed before. Can we be honest? Exactly. So if you're building boundaries in a sound way, number one, I've acknowledged my wounds. They're there, but I'm not going to judge these wounds. I'm going to acknowledge them, and I'm going to empathize with them. You know what happens when that happens? Those wounds start healing. See, the wound, and people don't understand this, the narcissist is attracted to a self-love deficient or a codependent person. He's attracted to them. They're attracted to you like moth to the flame. They want you, but guess what? When you start to love yourself, and if you've ever been in a relationship with one, what happens? They start to resent you. They start to get frustrated. They start to get upset because whatever you were giving them, whatever supply you were giving them, you start to cut it off, right? Well, if you're not doing the healing work, mindfulness, meditation, embracing your wounds, right? Embracing them without judgment. Like you said earlier, I'm talking to the inner child. Embracing it with love, with empathy, self-empathy, right? You're doing all of this. You know what happens? You realize, man, my wounds used to have an appetite much like the narcissistic person that I would attract. So I'm really no different than a narcissist. I just use empathy to get what I want. I use closeness and connection and kindness to get what I want, but I'm still using it. Do you see?
Right. And and manipulating.
And manipulating to get it. You ain't got to do that no more when you really love yourself. Do you see? All right.
Thank you.
I hope I gave you a little something to think about. Don't listen. Go get that book, The Human Magnet Syndrome.
What was it called? The Magnet?
The Human Magnet Syndrome by Ross Rosenberg. Very powerful book. I've read it about 6 times already, and I love it. And I got a whole crap ton of books that I could share with you, but we'll start there. All right?
Thank you so much.
Jamila, guess what you just did?
I brought DC in the building.
You already know. Hey, Jamila, do you know? Oh, she gone. Ah, man. Hey, it's all good. Zoe Williams, the voice of reason, is on fire tonight. Listen, if you want to get in this conversation, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580 when we come forward. You already know what we're doing. We're finna talk to Atala from Houston, Texas.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580. KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. If you need help getting your resume in order, finding job training, or landing a job, we've got 3 great options for you. First, the City of Los Angeles has WorkSource centers across the area offering free job support. The California Workforce Development Board can help you with everything from GED prep to vocational training at no cost to you. On the federal level, the Department of Labor's American Job Centers offer a full range of services resources for job seekers and businesses alike. Visit careeronestop.org, or for more info, just call California's Help Center or visit cwdb.ca.gov or call 916-657-1440. For the City of Los Angeles programs, go to ewdd.lacity.gov or call 213-744-7300. All these services are free to help you get your next job. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
If we're the ones disproportionately impacted by these climate catastrophes,
Why should we be silent?
turning up the volume all year long on the climate conversation for KBLA Talk 1580.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code SNAP to get an extra 35 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code SNAP for a 35 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code SNAP for a 35 cents per gallon bonus.
KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. The Los Angeles Regional Food Bank is on a mission to fight hunger and provide nutritious food to those in need across our community. They partner with federal, state, and local programs advocating for better policies and funding for critical hunger relief programs like Cal Fresh, the Emergency Food Assistance Program, and the Child and Adult Care Food Program. The food bank works with coalitions and local representatives to make sure hunger is addressed in every district of LA County. They also run nutrition education campaigns, raise hunger awareness, and source nutritious food for distribution, all while supporting regulations that allow food pantries to operate safely. Want to help? Visit lafoodbank.org or call 323-234-3030 to volunteer or find a food bank near you. Together, we can ensure that no one goes hungry in Los Angeles County. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
In our society, there is a bias towards skill, against skill. We try and believe that being a babu in a railway station is probably a better job than being a retail employee. I think that's a huge need of the country at this point of time, and I've heard that the Principal Secretary of Skills of Maharashtra is here. I personally believe that if you are confident about yourself, the world will change itself. I would like you to comment on this because it's very relevant to some very hard-working people here, that they get the respect in society and they learn to self-respect themselves in the years ahead of us.
The world respecting you is the quality of the world around you. If they are that kind, they will respect you. But I know a lot has been said about this, but you respecting yourself, I think is a little crazy. Respect is between two people, but I'm asking anybody here, isn't respect between two people? That you respect somebody for who they are. I respect myself. You must be mad, because these things, like this is a big thing, in America, people are saying, all these days they used to say, I believe in God. Now they say, I believe in myself. All these days they used to say, I love you to somebody. These days they have started saying, I love myself. See, to love, to believe, to respect, you need two. If you have become two within yourself, for sure you're heading for madness.
Yeah.
If you really become two, then we say you're schizophrenic, isn't it? So, this has been worked in so many different ways by religious people, by New Age philosophers, all kinds. I love myself, I respect myself, I believe in myself, me and my ego, me and my soul, all kinds of things. I'm asking you, all of you, within your body, are you one person or two people? Please make up your mind right now. One or two? So…
Come on, sad guru. You know we gonna come with the perspective here on the VOR. We on fire tonight. I love every moment of it. Let me get Attila in here real quick. Attila, you know I'm gonna have to carry you over, but just get started right now. Let's go.
All right. Child, listen, I love me some sad guru. So I made a comment in the chat. You only outsource because you lack your inner resources, right? So when he's talking about kind of this idea that essentially you become God, I kind of think of that as us pulling at straws, because what we needed was already within us all along, right? I don't necessarily need to fathom an external God or an external source if it's already within me. And I think that we try really hard to pull from external sources to get the validation that we need instead of actually looking within, because it's already there.
Ooh, stay with me. Don't go nowhere. Hold on. The schizophrenia he was talking about is the definition that causes separation between us and God. That's why he asked, are you two? Because
you're of two minds. There's double-mindedness.
I'm the little G, and God is the big G. Do you see? So we create two where there was always one. When we come forward, I'm going back to Houston. We gonna keep cooking.
Or could I be the girl that your mother warned you against? Giving your heart to someone else is so intense. So don't try to put me down when your boys come around like 1, 2, 3. Oh! Love, sex, passion. No! Lights, camera, action. Go! 'Cause love ain't got no time for games. There's no more rainy days since you come to my life. A sunstorm is on the horizon. You might wanna close your eyes. Ooh, baby, it's a cold, cold world and everybody needs a friend. A sunstorm's gonna come to life and wash away your tears again. Here I am.
He's on fire tonight. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams, exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton with 4 things you should know from BIN News. A white Florida woman, Susan Lorenz, was sentenced to 25 years for fatally shooting her black neighbor, A.J. Owens, in June 2023. Owens, a mother of 4, confronted Lorenz over a dispute involving her children. The judge called the shooting unnecessary, noting Lorenz had already called police and was safe. Despite the recent rain, Black Mayor Eric Adams is still urging New Yorkers to continue to cut back on their water usage. Adams says the drought warning continues despite the rain late last week and rain in the forecast for later in the week. The Thanksgiving travel rush is in full swing, with AAA predicting about 80 million people will venture at least 50 miles from home between now and next Monday. And Queen Latifah will take on the hosting duties for this year's edition of the Kennedy Center Honors. Organizers announced that the award-winning actress and musician will host the 47th annual ceremony on December 8th. Get BIN News on demand 24/7 at BINnews.com.
Think It Up is an initiative to activate student-powered, teacher-led learning projects. Students and teachers, how can you spark great learning experiences in your classrooms today? Join at thinkitup.org.
Are you an entrepreneur looking to take your business to new heights? KBLA Talk 1580 is your partner in success. Every day, we celebrate and elevate Black-owned businesses across our community. Our KBLA SMB marketplace currently features The Cookie Dip, Badass Bakes, Hair Concoction, Higher Education Accreditation Consulting, LACC Radiology Technology Department, and Malik Books. Your business deserves to be heard. Let KBLA Talk 1580 amplify your voice and connect you with our powerful community of listeners. Email smb@kbla1580.com today. That's smb@kbla1580.com. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black. KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
Imagine a Los Angeles where everyone can thrive, where communities have access to the resources they need to succeed. That's the vision of Detours Mentoring Group, Inc. They're dedicated to improving life in LA County by providing educational support, employment assistance, and spaces for community engagement. By 2050, they want LA to be the best place to connect, create, learn, live, and play. They're working toward an education system that's well-resourced and culturally responsive, becoming a hub for artists and innovators, and making sure everyone has access to healthy food, quality healthcare, and safe housing. It's about building a future where we all have the chance to succeed. We invite you to learn more about their mission and get involved with Detours Mentoring Group, Inc. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Here's another great reason to use the United States Postal Service this season. When sending a package, why venture outside? Ship with USPS for a true holiday ride. Want to stay cozy and warm? There's no need to roam. With free package pickup and labels printed from home. We have over 600,000 employees always in motion. And before you know it, your gift has delivered emotion. Spread the holiday joy this season with USPS's Enhanced Network. Learn more at USPS.com/holidayride.
KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 reminds you, when we fight, we win. The Youth Justice Coalition is challenging America's addiction to incarceration and discrimination. YJC works to dismantle policies leading to mass incarceration, law enforcement violence, and the school-to-prison pipeline. Their approach? Transformative justice, community intervention, free LA high school, legal defense, and system monitoring. YJC promotes safety without relying on prisons. Their goal? Prevent system contact and help people exit the system through direct action, advocacy, and education. Want to get involved or need help? Call 323-235-4243. That's 323-235-4243. Join YJC in creating change. When we fight, we win. KBLA Talk 1580, your voice for justice. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Hey there, Los Angeles. This is James Lucky Jr., publisher and editor of Los Angeles News Observer. Are you hungry for news that matters to you in the African-American communities of Los Angeles? Well, buckle up, because we got the scoop you've been craving. Stay in the know and never miss a beat with our free weekly publications conveniently available near you. Or hop on the digital wave and become an exclusive subscriber at OGNSC.com. Don't forget to join the party on Instagram and Twitter at OGNSCINC for behind-the-scenes access and sizzling updates. No more FOMO. Let's stay informed, connected, and empowered together.
KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 reminds you that we keep us safe.
The Live Your Life organization mentors young women, helping them break negative mindsets and see beyond their surroundings. Through career exposure and hands-on training, they're encouraged to think big, stay focused, and make positive choices. Founded by Nikisha, Mama Boo Smith, who transformed her life to become a community leader. Live Your Life is changing lives, but they need your help. They're raising funds to keep their new building open and expand their programs. Your donations will support food, clothes, hygiene products, and holiday giveaways. Visit liveyourlife32.com. That's LIVEYOLIFE32.com to help today. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You're listening to the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
Do you still think that relationships are a exchange of value between two people?
Of course.
And what is that exchange of value? Because when I read that, it kind of sounds like gold digging or something.
Well, that's because often people take value very literally, and especially economics, that word just is associated very strongly with money in the collective imagination. I think in one of the footnotes, I use a definition from von Mises from the Austrian School of Economics, and he basically defines economics as the study of human behavior in respect to means and with respect to ends and scarce means that could be applied in other ways. The easiest way to explain the value is that people don't move towards people they want nothing to do with. They have better things to do, especially when they have these scarce resources like time, like energy, like attention, and that they want things from other people. If I, at a distance, can see it's like going shopping. I can look at a distance, there's nothing in that store that I want. I don't have to go.
I don't even have to hear anymore from Mr. Taraban, Orion Taraban. I love his work, but he's made my point 1,000 times over. He made Jashana Johnson's point right there. Y'all remember, I always bring this up. Remember, Jashana Johnson said it right here on The Voice of Reason. Them love languages come out of some type of scarcity. He used an economic example, right? With a psychological explanation. Listen, a broke soul is attracted to a wealthy one. That's all. People are trying to get something, always trying to get something. But when you realize, right, that everything that you were trying to get is lying dormant in your own spirit, man, he explained that right there, based on economics. You know, people want value. And people will fake like they have value in order to dupe somebody that has more value into, like the man said in the earlier clip, buying into what they're selling. Come on, y'all. Let's get Attila back in here. Attila, go ahead. I'm going to give you space to cook. Let's go.
Child, listen, it's either I'll cook or I'll go off. I don't know what these big dogs talk about, but let me just say this. You're either in this lifestyle or you ain't. You're either about that life, the self-improvement life, or you ain't. If you want some BS, you will be find out. period. So I'm going to say this. I think in regards to finding out who you are, right, and in terms of who love is in regards to who you've been in your life, start with you. A lot of these people do not love themselves, and it's very obvious. Why are you seeking for validation from strangers? We don't know you and don't care. Like, I don't really know how to say it in any other way besides that. The reason why love is a currency is because we are a currency. We are the work.
That's heavy.
So you might as well make the work for you. If you are the work, if you are the currency, if you are the thing that keeps the cog in the machine running, you might as well make it work for you. If you can't do that, then what are you really doing?
I love it. I love it. Attila, guess what you just did?
I brought Houston in the building.
Houston, Texas is in the building because of my niece. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me. 1-800-920-1580. ATG, Kansas City in the building. Get in here. What are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
I mean, I can come from, me and her have a different perspective. She's a woman and I'm a man. So it's different things that we need from each other because they try to mix everything up with, you know, the pronoun game, everything. But at the end of the day, it's men and women, you know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers is bringing the meat to the cave.
ATG, no cursing, brother. We
I'm
on
sorry,
live
I'm
radio, fam. Live. Los Angeles, California. Okay, get your thought out. Go ahead.
The whole thing is like, I'm not even sure what the subject is. What I'm saying is that everybody should just love themselves more. And once you know who you are, then you can start approaching and living your life as a person who think of yourself as Superman instead of, somebody who's, is thinking higher of yourself to even approach life. A lot of us have anxiety and depression and everything. Just go out there and find the kind of people who you want to be like, be around them, and think in yourself that you are good enough to be around them. Because, but it's all. I just want to come.
No, I hear what you're saying, ATG. So you basically saying like go with a script that basically says to yourself, instead of having negative self-talk, you have a positive self-talk script where you're telling yourself, hey, I deserve to be here. I'm enough to be here, and after being here for a short period of time, I'm going to thrive here. Is that what you're telling me?
Yes, sir. That's what I'm telling you, because I know it's a different game out there. It's the West Coast. It's L.A. It's that's like the New York of the West Side. You gotta know y'all got your own swag. You gotta know what you're doing. And somebody told me that's very important. It's like know what you want to do. Know your thing. Have your thing in concrete and say, hey, this is what I'm going to do. Because when you get out there, you don't know what you're doing, and you don't know who you are, and you don't know who you want to be, then you'll get attracted to anything that's attractive enough to think that you can latch onto it. But you have to be self-sufficient in yourself.
Nah, you saying something that's really deep here, and I like it. Listen, when you, everything you're saying, we could apply that to Kobe Bryant.
Right.
Kobe Bryant starts off trying to be like Mike. But then as he becomes himself, it's really about being better than Mike. It's about Mike is 23, I'll be 24. It's really about
with one less rank.
But no, understand the thought process. We're talking about the mentality. Don't get petty. We're talking about the mentality. The mentality is I must embody all of this if I am to transcend it. Now, apply that to relationships. Many of us are trying to get love as opposed to cultivating it from within. We're trying to receive it. Why? Because we didn't get it in the way that we thought we should have in childhood or in early adulthood or in the relationships we've had. You understand what I'm saying? So now we're trying to control it. We're trying to manipulate it. We're trying to contain it in this external search for it. But I think it all starts inside, man. Do you truly love yourself, brother? Do you accept all of your flaws, all of your darkness without judgment?
I do not. I do not, and I'm not going to be fake. I'm not going to seem like I'm the strongest man out here. I have my struggles and stuff from the love that I didn't get as a child. You know, people tell me I'm very handsome. My mother never told me that. So I'm not as good in the dating game as I should be, and people come up to me all the time. I really struggle with this too. You know, I have multiple talents. I was in the military. You know, I have money. I'm good looking. I, have everything that I thought that women wanted from a man. And now I'm, in my 30s and stuff like that with no marriage, no kids. And I feel like I got more respect in things when I was poor and I was 18. And, I was a lot more, and
maybe they want a man who is internally self-assured.
It's what they want.
And you're kind of describing yourself as someone who doesn't feel that way.
I don't.
And it's okay. Guess what? In order to heal that wound, you have to accept that wound as your own, and you have to look at it with empathy. Embrace it with empathy. Understand it's a part of you. And I guarantee you, when you start leaning into that wound, you know what's going to happen? You're going to find out that that wound just ain't a wound. It might turn into a gift. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think I'm not being brave enough. I have all these things that, I'm not attacking life enough.
In the illustrious words, I forgot the actor's name, but he said, "Don't be scared. You can't be scared.
Don't be scared.
Don't be scared. You can't
Biscuit, yeah, don't be scared.
Biscuit, man. Don't be scared, brother. Hey, ATG, guess what you just did, bro?
What I do?
You brought Kansas City in the building, man. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. When we come forward, man, we got Atlanta, Georgia. We got Los Angeles, California. Let's get it. Let's get it. We got a lot to talk about.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
Tips to help improve basic steps for building a budget in 2024. Building a budget can help you achieve and reach your financial goals. With a budget, you can keep track of your spending, avoid and get out of debt, limit overspending, pay bills on time, and build solid savings habits. What's the best way to get started? Figure out how much to set aside for expenses, like rent, mortgage, bills, groceries, and entertainment. Understanding your past financial habits can help you make the proper adjustments for your budget. Adjusting to a budget can take time as you work to find the right balance, but keep working on it. For more financial health tips, visit chase.com or stop by a local branch. This segment is sponsored by J.P. Morgan Chase & Company.
To the 100 million people who owe the IRS money, this message is for you. We've helped tens of thousands of people close the door on their tax debt. So if you feel like you're stuck in a hole with IRS tax debt, then this is the easiest way to get a resolution quickly. To qualify for a no-pay or low-pay resolution, visit taxclosure.org to get free from the IRS once and for all.
To keep your bank accounts, income, and assets secure, tax closure is your same-day cure.
Climate justice, climate equity, climate resilience. By any other name, we demand environmental justice in 2024 and beyond. We're KBLA Talk 1580, and we don't black down. KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. The Autopsy Initiative provides a second autopsy free of charge for victims' families who have lost their loved ones due to a police-related death. The services offered through the initiative include the completion of a second autopsy, disclosure of preliminary findings, and a final autopsy report. A police-related death is when an individual is harmed by police officers using deadly force, which results in an individual's death. Police-related death includes in-custody deaths, including those that arise during contact with law enforcement officers during arrest, pursuit,
booking, transport, or incarceration. The Autopsy Initiative has a team of board-certified pathologists on call. An autopsy request may be completed by anyone with a close relationship with the victim, which may include the victim's spouse, partner, relative, close friend, or lawyer. To request a free second autopsy for a victim of police violence, please visit knowyourrightscamp.com. That's knowyourrightscamp.com. Then click on Autopsy, then click on Request. At KBLA, we believe in justice for victims of police violence. We say their names, and we don't black down. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Voice of Reason and his playlist is out of control. Andy, you got to tell him what that is. Odyssey Beach Drive. Come on. Woo. Ladies and gentlemen, the VOR, man, we've been on fire all night tonight. We still got callers, man. People want to talk about this. Great topic, man. People are really tapped in, and I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Nazarene X, you've been on hold for a long time, my brother, my nephew. Please get in here, man. What are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
Peace, man. If we had more time, I tell Andy try to run that intro. Let's create a track on that. Like you ain't gotta ride, you ain't gotta ride. Boy, that's gonna vibe.
Nice.
But nah, I really ain't had nothing. You know, I wanted to tap in, just amplify however I could, just the vein of what your presence is doing out here, man. We appreciate you. We love you. And we're glad that you're the one out here showing up every day as well, bearing yourself before the masses, remaining vulnerable, transparent, and willing to help.
Man.
So it's like you're not ignorant about yourself or circumstances, none of that, man. So, again, whatever that commodification lens is, I believe your spirit being in alignment with your purpose, knowing that the wealth is of such, like you just remaining spiritually wealthy, you're getting, sis was saying, the intangibles, like things beyond just monetary exchange. Things can be commoditized, but like how water is a commodity, your voice, your perspective, your intelligence, your growth, your story, that is the currency. That is actually what's out here paying us regardless. So you deserve the support.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, man.
Love.
And Andy said that's Thanksgiving. And I'm gonna say this: I didn't pay my nephew. I didn't pay him to continue endorse. Hey, man, you brought Atlanta, Georgia in the building.
Let go.
I appreciate you, man. Here we go. Vanetta, Los Angeles, California. Vanetta Colbert. What up, Vanetta? What are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
Hi, Zoe.
Hey.
Hi, Nazarene.
So what
I'm by way of Atlanta, Georgia, too.
Yes. So what did you think of tonight's topic?
It was a great topic. I just wanted to say, I hope this is on topic. I'm not sure, but a lot of times I find myself in uncomfortable spaces where I overthink. And when I overthink, I talk myself out of certain things that I'm trying to accomplish, when if I didn't think so much and just go ahead and do it, once I do it, It's really easy. It's really not that difficult.
Oh, girl, you okay? We all suffer with a little bit of overthinking. I wish you didn't think so much. It's okay to think. Ain't nothing wrong with it, but I understand sometimes, paralysis by way of analysis. You overthink, and next thing you know, you miss the opportunity. And sometimes opportunity will come up in a moment that is spontaneous and you're not ready. And sometimes you just got to get ready. But it's okay if you're not ready. How about that?
That makes sense.
It's okay to not be ready all the time. Come on. You okay. And have you missed
But
any?
I'm always.
Go ahead.
It seems like I'm always in uncomfortable spaces, and I don't know. It's not.
Describe the uncomfortable space. Tell me about that.
I'm always approached by things that pretty much I've never really done before. I don't know.
That's okay. I mean, that's called opportunity. Listen, you're going to be approached by situations that you have no experience in. So what? Don't judge it. Sit back, especially if it's not dangerous. Sit back and observe it. See what it has to reveal to you. You may be pleasantly surprised, but it sounds like you're a little scared. Does it scare you to be in uncomfortable situations?
No, because I think if I'm uncomfortable, I'm growing.
But and let me just be clear, these are not dangerous situations, right? These are just situations probably with new people, new experiences.
Yes.
Are you talking about the train ride? I knew it. Vanetta, stop playing. No, Vanetta, listen. I'm not finna play with you tonight, Vanetta. I'm not. Get on that damn train. You gonna enjoy it, child. Now, just stop it, Vanetta. I knew it. I knew you was playing. It's new, and I don't want to do it, and I'm in another state. Lord have mercy. Let me just drive. So get in the car and drive me there, boy.
It's not just that. It really isn't. It's more in life than just that. Lately, I've been in uncomfortable spaces, but when I go ahead and do it, like that was not so bad. That's good.
Vanetta was one of my email transmissions today. I'm trying to coach Vanetta. Get on the train, Vanetta. Just get on the train. You gonna love it. It's scenic. It's LA. Park your car. Get on the train. You gonna enjoy it. I don't know. So I don't know about no damn train. I will pay you to drive me. I said, I can't. I got my grandbaby. It's Thanksgiving. Lord have mercy, child. Vanetta, it's okay. Don't overthink the train ride. It's going to be beautiful. And I guarantee you, if you do this, you might be able to do some other things without overthinking. Vanetta, guess what you just did?
I just brought Los Angeles by way of Atlanta in the building.
Hey! Listen, I'll be back tomorrow with another slapper. The voice of reason is always on fire. Y'all know what we do. We start the conversation, but it's up to you to finish it. Man, this was a great topic. I enjoyed it. And trust me, tomorrow we're going to have much more to talk about.